warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How to protect yourself from different viruses. These days we hear about coronavirus. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah Al-Isra, ayah number 82, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. We reveal the Quran, which is cure and mercy for the believers. And this is the Quran which has cure and mercy for the believers, and it is add nothing to the unjust but loss. For the whom? For the Zalimun, those who don't believe in the Quran. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentioned, this is in Sahih Bukhari, Ma anzalallahu da'an illa anzalalahu shifa. Like whatever the ailment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends the solution for it. There is nothing like except death. For death, there is no cure for it. Everyone has to die one day. So, what are the things we have to do? Like, what are the prevention we have to do in order to take care of this? In the end, we'll see the duas. First thing, we'll see what are the things we have to do. So, this the virus is going on. How the believer's behavior should be. First, responsibility, tawakkul, submitting your affairs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to believe that everything is predestined. Qadarullahi. All things are in the power of Allah. In the hands of Allah is the cause of suffering as well as its removal. No one can close for whom Allah opens the door of His mercy. If all people gather to cause pain, they cannot if it's not destined. Everything is preordained. And the second thing is safeguarding the commandments of Allah. So you must guard the commands of Allah. His obedience in all matters must avoid his disobedience. In every matter there is khair, goodness for the believer. Protect your farais, obligation. Safeguard your salah. How you safeguard your salah? Doing 5 times obligatory prayer, doing on time, the way it is masnoon, and donate and give sadaqah without delay. No doubt charity stands in the way of calamities. Third thing, du'as, prayers, invocation. Du'as, invocation prescribed by Prophet ﷺ and treatment from the Quran. What are they? Morning, evening, azkar. Du'as for safety and protection. The last 2 ayahs of Suratul Baqarah, reciting Suratul Ikhlas, Falaq, Nas in morning and evening. Reading du'as for protection against bad disease and catastrophic calamities. I'm going to just read those du'as inshallah in the end. Reading prayers for protection from misfortune. Read the prayers that are read in the wake of trouble. Fourth is the preventive measure, means take preventive measures. Stress on cleanliness, mouthwash, bathing, cleaning, washing nostrils, hands. Do not forward any material without proper investigation. Don't spread news, without even finding out. It will create a panic. Avoid moving into epidemical areas. If you don't have any reason to go, you don't have any reason, don't go. Just window shopping? No, no way. Patience and gratitude. If any trouble comes, be patient. Expect rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala under all circumstances. Thank Allah. Show gratitude for the blessing of deen, religion, Islam. Praise Allah even when a disaster strikes. May Allah protect us all. So what are the du'as as I mentioned in the starting? Let's see the du'as. As I mentioned, morning, evening du'as, you have to do it. No matter what, you have to do the morning, evening dua. When we talk about Ayatul Shifa, first thing is Surah Fatiha. You can recite Surah Fatiha 7 times and Ayatul Kursi. And don't forget Mawazzatain, Suratul Nas and Suratul Falaq. But if you recite three of them, it will be good. Surah, all the three surahs, you can recite it. Apart from that, as I mentioned before, morning, evening du'as, but there are so many du'as which will protect you. Like, when we say, A'udhu bi kalimatillahi tammati min qadabihi wa ikhabihi wa sharri ibadihi min hamazati shaitan wa an yahdurun. And this dua, Bismillahillazi la yadurru masmi shay'in fil ardi wala fis samai was samiul alim. The Sahaba who used to recite it, that day he forgot to recite. And he had the ailment because he forgot to recite it. He was very, uh, used to recite it regularly. So recite this dua, and also Allahumma afini fa badani, Allahumma afini fi sami, Allahumma afini fi basari, la ilaha illa ant. And also Bismillahi arqika min kulli shay'in yuzika min sharri kulli nafsi aw aini hasidin lahu yashfika Bismillahi arqika. So if you look into the morning evening duas, there are duas which prevent you from all kind of different kind of diseases, and it is the duas, it says, for protection. So in that, if you see, there are certain duas like, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika barasi wal jununi wal juzami wa sayyal asqam. Oh verily, oh Allah, verily I seek refuge you in from leucidorma, madness, leprosy, extremely fatal disease. This is beautiful dua. Again, I'll remind you, Allahumma inni auzubika minal barasi wal jununi wal juzami wasayyal asqam. And here, when we see different duas, you have to remember, like particularly which talk about trials. Allahumma inni auzbika min jahadil balai wa darki shaqai wa su'il qadai wa shamadati adai. This also there in supplication for protection. O Allah, verily I seek refuge in you from the severe trials, hardship, to be overtaken by misfortune, bad fate, and rejoicing of enemies. At this time, we are not only going through virus, even enemies all over the world, they are rejoicing over Muslims, isn't it? So this is complete Jamid wa Allahumma inni auzbika min jahdil balai, severe trials, wa darki shaqai, to be overtaken, wa su'il qada'i, to overtaken by misfortune, washamatati adai, and bad fate, and the rejoicing of the enemies. And we want to overcome all of this, isn't it? This is in Sahih al-Bukhari. And these are the beautiful duas if you try to focus on our ibadas. And don't forget, before ending this, what are the preventive things we have to do? First of all, you have to realize this is the time we are going through a hardship. So wherever you go, like, people used to object me, oh, you always cover your face mask. Now everyone is using face mask. So wear face mask. If you don't have face mask, just you can stitch it yourself. If you don't have, just use scarf. You can tie it on your face. And if you have, niqab, that you can use it. So I was thinking, like, the whole world is using niqab these days. Subhanallah. Wear mask, okay? Bath at least once a day, preferably twice is good. Okay? Wash face, hands till elbows, feet as you can come back from home anywhere. And this reminds you what? Wudu. 5 times we do wudu. So beautiful deen, isn't it? Do not share water or water bottle or glass with anyone. Never. Keep tissue papers with you all time to touch the buttons, lifts. Like, when you go out, when you touch the door, instead of touching it, use tissue. Okay? And keep sanitizer handy. If you don't have sanitizer, keep tissues. Do not share food. Do not. And directly from the box or plate or with the same fork, spoon, don't, use it. Avoid staying in places that are closed and have AC for long periods of time. Take breaks to walk in the sun, etc. Do not drink cold water. Drink room temperature. Stop cold water. Drink water every half an hour. Every half an hour. Those who don't drink, this is like, they have to. Avoid eating chicken and other meats for a short period of time, unless extremely unavoidable. Brush your teeth twice. We all do, right? In the morning and again at the bedtime. Do not eat exotic fruits like, vegetables like dragon fruit, cherry, tomatoes, etc. Avoid shaking hands or hugging people, at least for this moment of time. Avoid those things. Dust your bed or common living spaces. Don't panic. Be safe. With this, we end. Be safe and spread the word of peace. Don't panic. Make dua. Keep yourself safe. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك